Okay, I'm going to apologize first if you hear the TV in the background. Um, but first things first, if you're going to do this for a character model, or for Skyrim, it's built wrong. What you want to do is build this according to... Alright, so anyway, you built this wrong. And I'll show you a real quick way to fix what you're doing. The first thing is, the model is okay itself, but a lot of game engines don't like the grouping. So you want to ungroup everything. And then on top of that, now you've got these unwraps here. We can actually really quickly solve a lot of this. And these individual pieces and stuff like this. So what you've got is you've got your unwrap in each individual one. So taking a look at it, this won't work very well in a game engine. So what you want to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these individual pieces you've got here, and let's look at what you've got. So you've got the individual pieces like so. This looks like a loft, which you probably didn't need to do a loft. You could have did this with a line tool, and I'll kind of go through this. Okay, so the first part, let's do the handle. Don't unwrap. Like, you've got the UV map on the handle, so let's take a look at that. So this looks okay. You've got your ends and you've got your handle, but you've got some holes, seams in there, which you're going to, if they're just slightly off, they're going to give you some errors. So you always want to go into the vertex mode. Okay, and the other thing is, it looks like you're overlapping your UVs. So let's fix this by going, let's dump this, and let's see here. Right now you've got the UV map of a box on there. Instead, you should do the UV map of a cylindrical. It should be capped, and you should say fit. Then you can add your UV map on there, your unwrap, and then open up your editor. And if that's the case, your unwrap here should be nice and unwrapped for you. So let's go to my multi-scale tool here. So this should be unwrapped accordingly for you already. And then the same thing with these. These can be scaled down and moved over. And somehow your... okay, so there's the first thing unwrapped. Same thing should be done with your sphere. You should, instead of what you've got now, which might be okay, let's check. That looks okay. I mean, you can keep that unwrapped. And then let's go to this here. So this is this part right here. If you've done this as one piece and everything looks the way it is, let's open an editor. Okay, so these pieces here, these are fine, but you've got, you shouldn't put your mesh smooth in there. See, I'm just looking at the stuff that you've got going on here into the file, and you've got a lot of individual errors. If you're doing it high poly for a movie aspect, this is fine. If you're doing it high poly for a video game, this is completely way too many polygons. So if I'm looking at the triangle count on this, and I'm at 30,000 or 50,000 triangles for this particular one. alone. That's 47,000. That basically means that's a full character in 3DS, or in Skyrim. Okay, so let's, the big thing is, let's take a look at this, and I would dump the mesh smooth first of all, and then, to be honest with you, if you're going to add the mesh smooth in, add it in after the unwrap, because that, if I move that up here, alright, so if I move that in up here and I open it in the editor now, alright, let's see here, let's grab this. Let's see what we've got here. See, you've got a mirror going on in here. This looks like it's a whole bunch of pieces too. So let's dump this mesh smooth. What do you got for the mirror? So that's half your mirror. Alright, and that should be one piece. And so let's see here. So here's what you're doing wrong. So these little pyramid pieces that you have here, they should be part of the model. What we can do is we can go here, and I'm going to dump this UV, and I'm going to dump this mirror, and I don't know why you have a bend, but I'm going to collapse it all. Hold yes, and then we're going to grab in the polygon here, and that's still a lot of geometry in there that you don't really actually need. So let's do this. So if you bevel this out like so, and then we'll just bevel this again. Actually, you know what? No, we're not going to bevel. We're just going to take this one piece here and move it out like so to get the same shape that you wanted. And then we're going to go into the edge mode, and you're going to turn these edges here like so and like so, so that those turns basically create the same face that you wanted before. And again, you don't need all this stuff in here. This is all wasted space. You know, wasted geometry. So there's that. And then if you're going to do this, you can very simply go in and add an unwrap to half of it. And let's get this in there, and then go map it, flatten. Okay, so there flattens my map, and then from there I can go into the edge mode and start stitching a lot of this together. Alright, and this way I'm dealing with a whole lot less geometry than what you are previously working with. And there we go. So it's basically just going in there and adding all this stuff in there, like so. Now, this being a separate piece, what I think you need to do is, you know, that's fine, but again, you know, really determine what you need for your geometry and what you don't need, because all of this right now is unneeded for your geometry. And all the center stuff could be collapsed. So that's how you want to fix that, and then you can put a mirror on there. Alright, this here, this is done in a not so great way. Let's show you a different way to do this. Instead, take a let's see here. We're just going to go in as lines, and I'm just going to create a line right now. Alright, and then I'm going to go in, actually let's do let's create a line with 1, looks like 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, center, 4, 5, and okay, so we're going to create this line. You go into rendering, you're going to go enable in renderer, and then enable in viewport, and then you are going to go into let's change our thickness a little bit, and then we are going to go and where is that at? Sides. We're going to change our sides down, and I'm going to only do 4 sides because the less geometry that you work with, the better off you are. And then you can go into your spline shapes, into your modify panel. We can go into our vertex segments and grab these 2. And let's raise it up and back, and we raise this up and back, and then let's raise this over like so, and 1 and 2. So there is my line. Then you can put an edit poly on top of that, and then you can put a UV unwrap on top of that and open in the editor like so, and go into flatten mapping and then start piecing together. Stitch, stitch, and stitch. And then you can go in the vertexes, grab these 4, and what you can do is align them horizontally. Grab these, grab these 4 and align them horizontally. Basically, just what you're doing is you're going in and let's grab this and detach, detach, stitch, stitch. So as you can see, I'm working with a lot less geometry. And then you can stitch all this stuff together. And then after you're done with that, you can add in your, let's see here, I usually add a turbo smooth in, and you can go in there and add what you want. So you can do iterations of, I wouldn't do anything more than 2 for something like that, and that's basically just shaping, shaping your stuff out, and you're going to get the same amount in less time. Okay. And then after you're all done, you can push it together. All right. So I hope that helps.